Welcome back, everybody. Coolbro794 here, and today we have got this shiny new banner. In the middle of the Narancia Fugo event, voiced Risotto, voiced Illuso, and voiced Gachio have rerun on this cheaper multi-summon banner. To talk about it here today, I have Diablo's top tier.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's great to be here.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do a collab like this for a while.
I know everyone was telling me, they're always like, "Well, you got to collab with him." Like, we talked about it. We might get something in the works. So it's great to finally be able to do something.
Yeah, maybe. And then you told your whole stream today, like it
Yeah,
was a surprise.
today, once it was confirmed, I was like, "We did it, boys! We've made it!" And then you were like, "Oh, you told everyone?" I was like, "Uh-oh, they
Yeah.
know too much."
Um, I really wanted to make a discussion for this banner because you might not even know this. You'll have commentary when I explain, but this banner means a lot for just like the game as a whole, its future, and just right now. Because if you've seen like any of my videos ever, you know I'm an advocate for when is Fordero coming back. Um, this first thing, very first thing, this means he is soon. This confirms he is soon. Risotto's rerun was after Fordero's rerun on Anniversary, so if he's already come back, Fordero is right around the corner. I do think maybe a Valentine's Day event. Do you remember the one last year with Yukako?
I was not playing for that, so I don't know about it.
Oh yeah, a little while back. But last year we got like a fake Valentine's Day event because it wasn't supposed to be. Nothing said it was for that. But we got Yukako, whose victory pose is when she's on a date with Koichi, and the room that you got from the front card is filled with heart balloons and like baking stuff. So she's making a cake for him. It's like like fairly certain I know what that's for. But so I do think we could get something like that again, just because they'd want to keep it up. Need repetition like how they do every anniversary, every Golden Week, and stuff like that. But then, right after I see Fordero, right after, what do you think?
I basically agree with what you said. It is very suspicious that voice risottos come back so fast. It's these obviously are the best units in the game, so people are gonna want them. So it makes sense that they're rerunning them so quickly. But it is incredibly weird that he's come back. Everyone expected, Part 4 Jotaro to come back before Voice Risotto, and obviously that didn't happen. So I feel it is incredibly likely maybe next month we'll be seeing Part 4 Jotaro coming back, or maybe like a WGR with him. Something relating to him will happen next month, is my bet.
Yeah, I agree. This it's also incredibly suspicious because obviously best unit in the game by far has got his own tier on the tier list. They made Voice Risotto's banner summons cheaper, and he has a little yeah he has a 1% rate instead of a 0.5 like Anniversary was. They never do that. They want as much money as they can get. It's gotta be bait for something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're so used to them not being good to us that it is very weird when they are actually, oh, it's discounted and their rates are actually good. It's like, something's happening here.
Second thing I really wanted to look at here was this is actually has like a more of a hidden meaning behind it actually, is that right here, if you look at the GR rates, this is not an Oragora gacha, but it's still a 15% rate GR banner. That is really important to any like veteran players who played back when every single banner, except for Aura gachas, which were like really special cool events, had 7.5% GR rates. People in my chat and comments actually got confused when I talked about it. Do you remember any of these kind of banners?
I- I'm gonna say they're probably, I might have played during some of them, but I don't think I was like, I didn't have as much knowledge about the game, so I probably didn't know when they were the 7.5 rate.
Yeah, the very last one I can remember is all the way back in June last year when we got voiced from Magio. His banner was actually a 7.5% rate.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I do remember him coming out.
But then every single banner after this has been an Aura gacha or a step up banner. And so they finally brought one back that isn't, and they got rid of that rate. So that means they're trying to up the rates, up the TR rates. They're not like when those multis with all BRs and SRs off of gems were common. Those are finally gone now. They are just getting rid of that, which is I think is really great for all new players, especially with Awakening too. Because now you
Hmm.
have to pull them a bunch of times. So yeah, I wouldn't expect, maybe unless it's on a step up, I wouldn't expect any of these banners to come back. So just in general, be expecting a minimum of a 15% GR rate, which is really awesome. And then it's just, why would they make this banner? I mean, Voiced Risotto's good, Prosciutto's a fan favorite, Illuso's, he's cool. I think he's cool. I don't know about everybody else, but I think Voiced
Yeah,
Illuso's quite a cool unit.
I'm actually a really big fan of him. I don't like his ability, but I love his voice lines and his animation. I think he is actually pretty cool. I think he's really underrated.
Right. But that makes me think something like they're gonna do a surprise celebration or something, because this seems, like you said earlier, this is way too good of a banner for them to just be throwing this up normally.
Hmm.
So, do you think maybe, like, before Golden Week, we could see something, some big, bites the dust, Diavolo, some crazy?
Mm, That's always, that's always really hard to say. I always think it's possible because, like, voice part for Jotaro was just dropped. He was never a part of a big celebration. He was just a character that got added. So I do think there's always the potential for it to be a character that gets added. That's really cool, and it's not an event. They just happen. But I don't see like anyone like as big as like Bites the Dust. Any that's like super hyped, I highly doubt. Just because they know what units we want and they know if they put them during those celebrations we're likely to spend more money. So I feel like they probably won't drop anything like crazy good maybe in the next month or so. But we never know with this game, man. It could be anything.
Right. Yeah, they just shatter our expectations all the time, usually not in a good way.
Absolutely not.
Whenever you compare the anniversary banners, it's just, man. First anniversary had 4 different featured units. You could summon on 2 separate banners. You could have summoned
Mhm.
on like 3GO2 no Prosciutto, or waited for Prosciutto and then the part 2 guys. But and those were like really solid units at the time. We got,
Yeah.
I think, 5 multis worth of tickets for that banner. Yeah. And we got an easier XP event that's faster than XP Bingo. And then all of a sudden next year they're coming around. Here's the best units in the game. You get no tickets for the banners unless you spend money, and they have a half a percent rate.
Right. It's just uh
As I don't really like the pay to win turn the game has been starting to take lately. Simply
mhm.
because it's not like, oh, level 80 units. I can understand level 80 units. There's games like Dokkan or Legends. I'm only really familiar with the Dragon Ball games, but both of those games already have mechanics where pulling the unit multiple times makes them better. Which they tried, I guess, with getting skill level from it, but because you could use skill tickets, you only really had to pull the unit once. And now
Mhm.
it's like, Trish is the best unit in the game when she's level 80, or best Fordora partner. But then Risotto comes pretty close. So, like, that's a good balancing thing. But then, all of a sudden, if they release some crazy unit who's number 1, then you need him level 80 just to even, like, compete. That's really what scares me right now, so that's really it.
Yeah, I feel like I mean I think it's worrying, but at the same time, I think one thing this banner also shows is they do know what they're doing. Because this is the second time Voice Risotto has reran and he's not gotten his awakening. And that clearly shows they know how strong he is and they're trying to keep
Oh,
him from
that too.
reaching that kind of
How did I forget about that part? I was like, I swear there's something I'm forgetting. This is the second banner with limited units that's returning without awakenings. That is absurdly important. That's the whole reason I wanted to make the video, and I forgot about it.
just completely forgets.
If Fordor reruns, chances are he will not get an awakening. Before, it was only scary because we got the first awakening banner with Risotto, and then one banner, I can't quite remember what units were on it, one more banner came out and the limited didn't get awakenings. Since then, every single time a limited unit has returned, they all get awakenings with them. I was scared. It was like, they're not going to just break the pattern for Foro, right? They're just going to bring it
Mm.
back and do what they did. But no, they brought 3 units back, and Illuso and Prosciutto aren't even that good. They didn't give them
Yeah,
awakenings either.
there's no reason to hold them back, so it's very peculiar.
I'm thinking maybe they're taking fan favorites or just collector's units that people only. they're thinking about balancing with Risotto, because obviously level 80 Risotto would be by far the best Fordoro partner for every single score attack. But
Mhm.
like, Illuso and Prosciutto are quite fan favorites for collecting, and there'd be no reason to awaken them unless their EX sticker is like insanely good. So maybe they're trying to milk as much money they can from people trying to collect the units, and then all of a sudden spring the
Then yeah,
awakening on
drop.
us. Yeah,
Mhm. That makes sense because then we'd get the less. We wouldn't get the full gems from like pulling dupes of them before their awakening. We would just get their one gem.
yeah. I don't know how I feel about that concept. I just
Yeah, I really don't like the idea of that because it's only happened to me once where I pulled Kosaku Kira twice during the 2-year anniversary, and now he has his awakening, and I'm just stuck with one gem for him because I can't
uh,
do anything with it.
well, oh, you can. You just need to sacrifice
Yeah,
240 yeah, that's not
yeah, I have to
worth
give
it.
it a ton of skill tickets just to. It's like, geez, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, being a player that's been playing for over a year, I've already had multiple cases of that. Um, I got my Diablo to level 60 after sacrificing 240, yeah, 240 skill tickets. Um, actually, if I go check right now, if I go check my shop and which ones it'll let me buy or just, I know which ones I pulled dupes of. Oh yeah, you bet there's, 3Geo. 3Geo I could have level 60 right now because I pulled one dupe. Prosciutto, guess what? He would be level 80 right now. I was given 3 gems for pulling him 4 times.
Yeah, it's awful.
That's horrible, right? I could have my regular Forder level 60. Uh, I consider that one of my luckiest summons ever. When he came back for first anniversary, I pulled 2 in my first multi.
Mhm.
Yeah, no one else from this list, but like, there's going to be more. I've pulled dupes of one or a couple limited units at least. Because obviously, for all free-to-play players, it is recommended only summon unlimited banners. There's no reason to summon unlimited banners because you could just pull them from the coin pool or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's really all there is to cover, but of course everybody's going to be asking, should I summon on this banner, should I save for Fordoro? If you should summon on this banner, it is cheaper multis, and Voiced Risotto's got a 1% rate. He could come back next time with his garbage 0.5% rate on a step up or something. And so the fact that these are cheaper and he's got the 1% rate, I would recommend summoning. But if you don't have Fordoro, he is still right around the corner. You should wait for that banner. Running like Risotto with skill 5 normal Fordoro, someone asked me about, it's a team. But like voiced Fordoro with anybody is better.
Absolutely. Yeah,
He's
if you don't
just,
have voice for you gotta save for him.
there's nothing. This has been the first score attack in a while actually, where it's the whole leaderboard, except for one team I think. Yeah, there's one team of 2 level 80 limited units that's on the leaderboard. Everyone else is a Fordoro team. Usually there's like at least 5 people who aren't using Fordoro, but no one has the double level 80 limited like that guy does.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's my verdict on this banner. That's how I feel about it. Thank you so much for coming to talk, Diablo.
Hey,
It's
thank
been
you
a
for having
pleasure.
me. It was good fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna link him down in the description below. Check him out. He streams more often than I will, and he uploads regularly. And that's it, guys. As always, hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate all of your support. You can catch another recommended video on the left or another video like this. Hit the subscribe button on the right. I'll see you later.